guys, welcome to Cameras and Cats. Today we are unboxing the 2021 14-inch MacBook Pro with the M1 chip. And I just picked it up for Black Friday and I'm super excited because I've been needing a new computer for a long time. So stay tuned. Okay, so here it is. Just initial thoughts. I would say I do not enjoy this cover situation. I feel like it would be much cuter if it was just a white box with a little apple right here. But that's, you know, it just looks so techy and I hate that. So anyway, okay, I'm gonna open it now. Here we go. So I've been using a 2014 MacBook Pro for the last like 7 or 8 years. And I've gotten used to how slow it is, but when I saw that there was discounted MacBooks on Black Friday, I was like, you know what? I probably really need a new computer. There's a nice little box situation when you open it and it's very smooth. It's very, this is what I like. See the apple right here. They should just have the apple right there. The one thing I'm upset about is that they didn't have the Starlight gold color, so I had to get the classic silver. I'm just not a fan of like the midnight gray, like, or space gray or whatever. I don't really like that. Here it is. It's very fun. Move this out of the way. This ugly top out of the shot. Is that better? So I was also considering getting a refurbished MacBook Pro, but actually it was more expensive than the deal they had at Best Buy. This was $15.99 and it was like $17.09 on like refurbished. So it didn't make sense. Like, might as well buy a brand new one. Ooh, it's very like square looking. I feel like my old MacBook is like much more rounded on the edges. This actually looks really cool. Oh, it turned on right away. I didn't even push a button. I'm trying to decide if I enjoy the way this keyboard looks. I don't know. We'll see. Take off the little paper. It's weird that it started and I didn't even have to push a button. Why did it do that? I ended up getting the 512GB SSD with the 16 gigabytes of RAM. And yes, of course, ideally I would like 1TB SSD and like, you know, 32 gigabytes of RAM, but I just didn't want to spend that much money. Like, I really was not planning on buying a computer for Black Friday. Like, there's a bunch of other stuff I wanted to buy. But this is really the most important thing that I need. I spend every single day, all day long on my computer. My old computer is a 2014 MacBook, 8 gigabytes of RAM and a 512GB SSD. So, you know, 512 gigabytes is like enough for me because I have literally like 5 giant external hard drives that I use to store all my files. Like, I probably have 40 terabytes of storage, maybe more than that, 8 times 5, like 5 or 6 hard drives. I've been like suffering through it. You know, you kind of get used to those things, like you get used to going slow, but like recently it's really been noticeable. I'm just wasting all this time waiting for my stupid little pinwheel when I'm video editing or photo editing. I'm in Lightroom, I click a button to go over to the next photo and I have to wait like 30 seconds for it to advance to the next image. Like, it's so stupid. Everything is just so slow. This is really important, especially so I can make more YouTube videos, and I'm very excited. Anyway, it's really pretty. Let's see what else is in the box. Here's a little booklet. MacBook Pro. This stuff is boring, so I don't really need to take it out, do I? Here's the charger and the cable. I am pretty annoyed that I have to start dealing with USB-C now. I'm so used to USB. All my stuff is USB, so now I'm gonna have to buy all these connectors and like reset up my workstation. I just wish that we could just stick to USB. Like, I really just hate that they constantly change these things. Why is this so difficult to open? Well, the cable is very nice. It's like a different texture. I'm used to like the plasticky like outside, but this is like actual like threaded rope. So I think that I read that it's, you know, it's supposed to like last longer and maybe your cats won't chew on it. I don't know. We'll see. And I guess that's all that's in the box these days. It's not really all that exciting, but they are back to like the older style thing, right? MagSafe or whatever it's called. So I was considering getting the MacBook Air because I really wanted the Starlight Gold. And even though the M2 chip is supposed to be faster than the M1 chip, this has so many other features that I needed just as a creative professional. Like it has an extra USB-C port. It has an SD card slot, which I use all the time because I like editing photos, weddings, everything. It would just be so annoying to have to buy like an extra connector to plug my SD cards in. So that was like a necessity. And then also the screen on this one is much brighter. Even though I'm used to a darker screen because my 2014 screen is really just not bright at all. So even the MacBook Air would still be brighter than the one I'm used to. But it's important, especially if you're like, when I edit outside at a coffee shop or something like that, to have a really bright screen. The other thing is that the MacBook Air had a 13-inch screen, which is the same as the screen I'm used to. I have a 13-inch MacBook Pro, but I really wanted a little bit of extra screen space. And from what I read online, people actually say the 14-inch really feels like more than 1 extra inch of screen. I think it's just because of how it goes all the way to the edges and stuff like that. So I'm excited to see if this actually feels bigger, because I really would ideally like the 15-inch MacBook Pro, but I also, travel a lot and I really want something lighter and smaller and not too crazy bulky. So this seems like a good in between, like a little bit bigger screen, but not too big, and not the same as my 13-inch, because I wanted a computer that felt new. And I'm actually excited that this looks a little bit different than my old computer, because I was like, man, this is not gonna be exciting to open because it's gonna look exactly like my other computer, just a tiny bit bigger. But it does feel very new, like more like modern, sleek design. So I'm excited. It does feel like a new computer.
Here's an example of how slow it is. Can't even disconnect. Fail. It's so much going on.
Annoying. Okay, I'm gonna shut it down. Yeah, welcome to my life.
God dang.
Okay, so here's my old computer. It kind of looks like exactly the same size, but then when you put them next to each other, I guess it's a little bit bigger, is it? A very small amount bigger. As you can see, the actual bezels don't go all the way up as much as this one does. So that's where you really get that extra screen space. So that's gonna be really nice because I do a lot of photo editing just from my couch, and so having that extra screen is gonna really make a difference. I've had a 15-inch MacBook Pro in the past and I loved it. And then I switched to the 13-inch because I wanted to save some money and I wanted something smaller and lighter for traveling. But I've definitely really missed that extra screen. So I think it's gonna be really nice to have just a tiny bit more. I think I'm gonna really like that. I am kind of bummed that I couldn't get more RAM, but I was really just kind of on a budget. Ideally, of course, I would like, I don't even know what the biggest is they offer now, like 32 or 64. Which one is it, do you know? 16 gigabytes of RAM is not really that much faster than 8 gigabytes of RAM, but it's definitely gonna still help me be able to manage larger video files. I think it'll be totally fine, especially with the fact that this has the M1 chip. That's just gonna make it faster in general. Here it is. I'm very excited to start using it. I'm in the middle of editing a video right now and I just wanna I was kind of putting off opening this and unboxing because I wanted to film it, but I really need this new computer because this one is unusable at this point. And now knowing that I have this super fast computer right here in my house, I just don't even want to use that anymore. And I thought about selling that, but Chris now says he wants it as a backup computer for work, so I guess he's gonna have it. I'm really excited to get started and to set everything up and to start editing and posting more videos for you guys. Thanks so much for tuning in. Make sure to like and subscribe and be nice, and have a great day. Thanks so much. Today we are unboxing the M1 Macbook Pro 24. Today we are unboxing the 2021 M1 MacBook Pro 14-inch 512 gigabyte SSD, 16 gigabyte RAM computer. Is that what you call it? What is wrong with you? No speaking from you. And it has 8 gigabytes of RAM and 512 gigabytes.
English is the main language. Press the return key.
And I usually work off.
macOS contains a built-in screen reader called VoiceOver and set up your Mac.
She's talking too much.
If you would like to learn how to use VoiceOver to set up your Mac, press the escape key.
I don't want her to speak anymore. We're back to MagSafe. I'm never gonna say that.
Contains a built-in screen reader called VoiceOver. If you know how to.
I was considering getting the MacBook Air because I really wanted the Starlight Gold. It's moving very slowly.